Hi guys, Suella Braverman, it seems, is determined to drive as much a wedge between different parts of society as possible. Most reasonable people understand that the vast majority of those who have been marching in defense of the Palestinian people over the last number of weeks has been both peaceful and out of a real concern for the welfare of those in Gaza. Every march and protest will attract fringe elements, which either wish to push their own agenda or seek to bring the march itself into disrepute. The Home Secretary wants you to focus on the fringe here.
I think I've been pretty clear that these are hate marches. They are, I think chanting of jihad on the streets of Britain in the 21st century is utterly despicable.
You call them hate marches. Do you think everyone on these marches is hateful, as you put it?
I think, as I say, if you've seen images of hundreds of people chanting jihad, being corralled...
So everyone, even on the fringes of these marches, is hateful?
Chanting from the river to the sea. I don't think there's any other way but to call them hate marches.
There are concerns that the Cenotaph could be targeted on Armistice Day. What action should be taken if that happens?
If anyone were to vandalise the Cenotaph, they must be put into a jail cell faster than their feet can touch the ground.
This is all an attempt to throw as much red meat to the far right in society and within the Conservative Party as possible. This is right out of the right-wing playbook. Take a small section of a protest and paint the entire protest as that element. We see it all the time. You see it in the US, and I think I think she's copying some of the things she's probably seen on Fox News. When it comes to the left wing, they'll take a small section, a crazy section of the left wing, and paint as much as the left as possible right up to Joe Biden, claiming that Joe Biden is just like these people who are protesting. Now, when it comes to the protests themselves, it's interesting that Suella Braverman was pretty quiet when it came to the anti-ULEZ protests. And some of the elements within the anti-ULEZ protests were hateful towards Sadiq Khan, the Mayor of London. Was Suella Braverman calling these people out? No. Was she painting the entire anti-ULEZ protest as hateful? Of course not, because it was one she agreed with. But then it begs the question, does Suella Braverman actually believe the things she says? Or is this just an attempt to convince more and more people within the Conservative Party to back her as a future leader? She knows that, and most people know that Rishi Sunak is going to lose the next general election, and there will be a leadership campaign, a leadership contest. Who is going to win it? Is it going to be the moderates, or is it going to be the headbangers, the far right within the Conservative Party? And it's looking more and more likely that it's going to be the headbangers that will win it. And she wants to put herself in a position where she can be the next leader. And of course, she's sowing the ground for that. Preparing the public, preparing the Conservative Party. We need to be more right-wing. We need to move further to the right. We need to pander, or I need to pander, to the worst elements in society. The vast majority of people at these protests are peaceful. She's describing it as a hate march. Is she also describing people from the Jewish community in Britain who are on these marches as hateful as well? She doesn't care. It's about driving a wedge between different sections of society. It's about painting herself as tough on, and we saw it here in the end of the clip. Anyone who attempts to vandalize the Cenotaph will find themselves in prison. She has a massive amount of control. She has a massive amount of power as Home Secretary, and she's using it. And she's, of course, as I said, painting herself as a tough politician, somebody who will punish those who step out of line. And this is exactly what the far right within the Conservative Party want to hear. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.